On day 1, I was built inside of the Greek Empire Olympus as a baby Mecha Hydra. All around me were the gods, and they were all staring at me.
Welcome home, my creation! As the Mecha Hydra, you have been built as the only thing that can stop the fall of our home, Olympus!
Me? How? Just then, the ground trembled around us. Lava spread throughout our home, destroying buildings and setting everything on fire.
I have finally been unleashed. I will rain fire down on this world and devour you puny gods for your power.
The deathly Cerberus roared out and began to take down god after another.
No! Ah! The fall of Olympus is here! My boy, follow me! I must get you to safety!
We ran, but Cerberus spotted us.
Boys, capture him!
A horde of deadly undead wolves rose up, and we ran for our lives. On day 2, I followed after my creator Zeus, while Cerberus' pack was rushing in from all angles. They were incredibly strong, and turned everything they touched into pure rubble.
Not so fast!
Ah! I got scared, causing me to shoot out blasts of electricity towards him, pushing him back. Whoa, I have abilities. With the opening, Zeus and I were able to momentarily hide.
We don't have much time! You must be the one to stop Cerberus! If you don't, all of Olympus will be gone!
Me? But how am I gonna do that? As I asked this, the wolves had found us, and we were completely surrounded.
I believe in you! Make me proud!
Before I could react, Zeus struck me with lightning, and I was teleported away. Yeah! I have to find a way to save Olympus? Where do I even start? But just as I said this, the floor beneath me opened. Wah! I looked around and realized I'd fallen straight in a trap, sending me to my death.
Well, I'll be. It's a Hydra, and it looks special. Let's see what we can get from it.
Oh no! I tried my best to escape, but I just kept getting closer to my death. This can't be how I go out. Suddenly, a fish mermaid jumped into the water with me. Who are you? He was incredibly fast and was able to stop the trap. You saved me. Thanks.
Hey, he's trying to escape.
Hurry, follow me!
On day 3, I followed the fish until arriving at a coastline. In it was a strange looking machine I had never seen before, with a Mecha Trident in the middle. Just then, the gladiators from before dropped in holding weapons.
You're not getting away that easily. Get him!
They both rushed in and began to slash at the two of us. With their swords, every hit they dealt was lethal towards me. Ah! I rushed over to it and got in, which caused it to power on, and the Mecha Trident fused into me. I was built even stronger with 5 more hearts, and I now had the power of Poseidon. Whoa, this is more like it. The gladiators rushed in once again, but now in my newly upgraded form, they were no match for me. I created a pool of water under them, then zapped them, taking them down. Whoa. If I can find the remaining ones and merge with them, I can become the ultimate Mecha Hydra and stand a chance against Cerberus. Time to search. On day 4, before we set off to begin searching, Poseidon's follower and I made a place to call our home. He made himself a nice underwater house, while I made the foundation of a brand new Olympus. Cerberus might have destroyed my old home, but he's not taking this one. Just then, I was cut off by a large fiery rift appearing in the sky. What's that? I went over to investigate and saw the Death Cerberus. They were attacking a village and taking all of them down.
Another town down, and my power only grows stronger. But I need more guards. Find me them. Then everyone will bow down to me.
This is horrible. Just then, I was hit to the side. Ah! I looked over to see a large, hungry Cyclops was looming over me.
You snack!
Oh no! He went to bite into me, knocking me into a tree. Yeah! Leave me alone! I ran for my life while he was doing everything he could to kill me.
I love metal!
Ah! On day 5, he was about to catch up and take me down, but I was picked up. Ah! In front of me was a tiny harpy.
Oh, you're lucky I found you. Come with me.
The two of us left before being found, and I was brought to a hidden village. It was themed with music. Harpies were all around, extremely happy from the songs, living their best life.
I love music so much.
Whoa. And amongst all of it was another mecha part, an upgrade. I quickly ran over to take it, but someone stopped me. Whoa, wait, you're the god Apollo.
Why, yes, I am. And I see you want the mech part I have made.
Yeah, so hand it over.
Only if you do something for me.
Okay, deal. Apollo laughed and signaled me to follow him. It wasn't long until we arrived at a strange music-themed waterfall. There were musical notes all around, with keyboard keys leading to the top.
Up there lies the legendary musical instrument I need to have. You complete this trial and bring it to me, then that mecha part is all yours.
You're really doing this when Olympus is in danger? Ugh, fine, you're on. On day 6, I began the tune trials. As I jumped on the first platform, the trial activated. Music began to play all around me, and the platforms moved.
A challenger here to take my instrument? No way!
Oh yeah? I began confidently. The chorus itself was intense. There were musical blasts that pushed off the walls, trying to knock me off. You gotta be kidding me! Thankfully though, since I was mechanized, I could leap crazy heights.
No! I will not let a beast like you pass!
He began to shoot out music at me. However, with my water ability, I was able to make it to the top and push him away. Yes, because I passed the performer's submerged, and there on the floor was the legendary guitar. Huh, I did it. I picked it up and made it back to Apollo. You could have warned me about that performer guy.
Well, it seems like you didn't really need the warning, now did you?
Ugh, whatever. As I said this, an explosion sounded off at their musical village.
Oh no.
Hurry, come on. On days 7 to 8, we made it back to the music village, but everything was being destroyed.
A Cyclops! Quick, grab the trumpets and run!
There in the center of it all was the large Cyclops, smashing everything they owned.
The mecha part, it's up to you! Help us!
I charged in while debris was flying all around me.
Ha 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 ha! So much fun!
He stomped again, and this time damaged Apollo. Hey, stay away from him! I shout out an electric attack, causing the Cyclops to turn his attention to me.
You, Robot Hydra!
He charged in, but I was able to avoid his hits. I climbed up to the nearest building and knew I had one chance. I shot electricity at the Cyclops, which completely electrocuted him.
Ah, ouchie! Not nice!
His feelings were hurt, and he left the village?
Well, you saved my home, I guess. Go ahead, take the mecha part.
I listened to him and collected it. Because of this, I had upgraded again. I gained 5 more hearts and can now blast out my own musical abilities.
Hey!
Sorry. Whoa, I did it. Because their village was destroyed, I began to bring the Harpies and Apollo back to the base with me. We were almost there, but as I approached the forest, I heard a noise nearby. Huh? I went to check and saw there, hiding weaker than ever, were the gods Poseidon and Ares.
Hydra, there you are!
I ran up and reunited with them. Where's Zeus? Is he okay? The gods looked sad.
We know he's still alive, but we couldn't save him. But at least you have found 2 of the Olympian mecha parts!
Olympian parts?
Yeah, there are 6 parts us gods have created specifically for you. With all of them, you are meant to be an unstoppable force.
Whoa, that's why I grew stronger. Come with me. With that, I brought the gods with me back to the base. I quickly got to work by building up the Harpies their very own music-themed homes.
Oh, sweet!
From there, I added to our new and improved Olympus. I made sure the main temple had plenty of space, and a new throne for Zeus. I'll be strong enough to save you by finding the rest of the mecha parts. The other gods even walked in and began to make themselves at home. Nice. I went outside, but as I did, an explosion sounded off next to me. Wah! There in front of me was a small soul.
This tournament is crazy, man! Woohoo!
The soul began to blast out fire everywhere as he ran back down underground. Hey, stop that! On days 11 to 12, I chased after the small soul into the tunnel, where more and more fiery bursts kept going off all around me. Yeah! I looked in front of me, but the soul was gone? What? I continued looking around, but just then, I accidentally fell through a hole in the floor. Ah! I looked around and saw I was in the underworld, full of souls. There was a huge tournament going on, and on top of the stage was Hades in a cage. What the? Why is Hades captured? Maybe he has another mecha part.
Welcome to the annual Soul Tournament! Whoever wins will be granted Hades! The competition will begin shortly!
Hades, what's going on?
Hydra! Ever since Cerberus took over, the souls down here have sided with him. Help me out here, and I'll help you.
Okay, but how will I win?
You wanna win the tournament, you say?
Yeah? The soul person left, and I quickly followed him to his fort. It was full of different underworld equipment.
My people turned on our master, but I know it's wrong, so I'll help you out.
The soul threw me over a list of materials that would craft the Grim grappling hook.
Get the materials, and you'll surely win with that.
On days 13 to 14, I set off to collect all the materials. I needed netherite, soul sand, and a blaze fuse. Okay, seems simple enough. I first did some mining to find some ancient debris to make netherite. Next, I went to a lava beach to mine up some soul sand. Okay, 2 down, 1 to go. But where do I find a blaze fuse?
Looks like some punk walked into our territory.
I turned to see I was surrounded by a group of large blazes. Oh no. They blasted me with fire. Ah, stay back. I tried to fight back against them, but they just dodged out of the way.
Hey, wait a minute, it's the Mecha Hydra! The one who's trying to take down Cerberus? Don't you realize? With his power, it's impossible! He already has Zeus! It's too late!
They charged in again, but I had an idea. I used my new musical ability to play sleepy music, and because of this, they all fell asleep. Haha, like you said, I'm the Mecha Hydra. I looked over in their home and was able to find a blaze fuse. Sweet. Time to join the tournament. On days 15 to 16, I made it back to the Soul's home. Here you go, all the materials.
Perfect!
I went to work and started to merge everything together on his workbench. Once completed, I was presented the Grim grappling hook. Whoa. I picked it up and felt a new power like no other, as it attached itself to me. With it, I could grapple to anything near me with ease. How is this gonna help me though? Just then, an announcement sounded off.
All right, souls, the tournament is now beginning!
We both walked out and saw the tournament was a race over the lava lake. There were many intricate platforms and obstacles, and the one who made it around first was the winner.
I'm gonna win, and Hades over there will be my pet!
For the love of the gods, get me out of here!
I lined up and the horn sounded off. Souls all around began to jump through the obstacle course. Some fell instantly, while others were actually making great progress. All right, let's see if this works. I began as well, and with the grappling hook, I pulled myself further and further ahead, making the jumps with ease. I thought I was surely gonna make it to the end, until suddenly a soul in front of me was killed by Cerberus's pack. Oh no! On days 17 to 18, chaos spread everywhere as Cerberus's wolves destroyed everything.
Stop! This is our home!
They didn't care and turned their attentions to Hades. Hold on! They rushed in towards him, but with my grappling hook, I made it before them and broke him free.
Finally! Watch out!
I turned and was able to blast them back with water.
The Mecha Hydra does exist!
When we tell Cerberus about you, consider yourself a goner!
I blasted towards them again, but they ran away before I could hit them. We turned and saw all of the souls had us surrounded.
Quick, take this.
He threw me over another mecha part, and once I picked it up, I upgraded. I gained 5 more hearts, and now had fire-themed underworld abilities. Awesome. I turned to fend off against the souls, but they didn't attack?
Those wolves, Cerberus, they destroyed our home.
Oh, I'm sorry for betraying you, Hades! We were wrong! Please forgive us!
I'll think about it.
Well, it's not safe here anymore. Come with me. On days 19 to 21, we returned back to our base to make a home for our new god, Hades. I built up an awesome underworld castle filled with homes for his souls.
Wow, it feels just like home.
We're gonna need all of your guys' help to take down Cerberus. From there, I went back to my Colosseum and saw Hades reuniting with the others.
You're making our empire stronger. I'm sure if Zeus were here, he'd be proud of you.
Just then, I felt a strong earthquake shake all around us. Whoa! Is Cerberus attacking? When I went to check, instead of the large Cerberus beast, I saw large griffins shaking the ground as they flew and crashed into the floor.
Stop messing around!
My bad. Come on, we gotta get back to the strange Athena part we found.
Athena's mecha part? Whoa, I better follow them. On days 22 to 26, I followed after the griffins. It wasn't long until I reached a foresty shoreline, and there, hovering over a lake, was a giant floating nest. Whoa. The griffins were able to fly and reach it. I gotta follow. I tried my best to follow behind, but even with my grappling hook, I couldn't reach it. I can't jump that high. How am I supposed to reach the top?
Hey there, weird little robot thing. You wanna get to the top, huh? Don't worry, I'll help ya.
Thanks. The griffin quickly put me on his back, and we began to fly. Whoa, be careful!
I'm trying! You're heavy!
We were able to fly to the top, but he wasn't able to hold me much longer. We came crashing down and landed on Athena's mecha part, breaking it. Dude!
What? I got you up here, didn't I?
I needed that part!
Oops.
Our strange little mech beast! You!
What? I didn't do this. The griffin didn't listen though, and flew in to take me down. On days 27 to 29, I did my best and tried to dodge out of the way, but wherever I tried to run, he would just fly over me and cut me off. Okay, you want to fight? Fine. I shot out my abilities at the griffin and started to push him back. His large size, though, gave him the advantage, and he picked me up, hovering me over the nest. Wait, please, don't drop me!
Oh yeah? Why shouldn't I, huh? You came into my home and broke what was mine!
Cause the part wasn't made for me. I'm the Mecha Hydra.
You're the... Wait a minute. What?
He flew over and put me down.
Oh yeah! You're the Hydra, aren't you? Oops. I've been protecting it for you.
Seriously? Well, I came here to collect it and stop Cerberus, but I broke it. The griffin liked my courage and brought me to the edge of the nest.
There's a way you can fix Athena's mecha piece, but it won't be easy.
On days 30 to 32, I followed the griffin's instructions, holding the broken part, until arriving at a mysterious temple. He told me I have to go in this? Okay. I went straight in, and I submerged into an enormous underground shrine. Whoa, this place is bigger on the inside. As I stepped foot inside, the Athena's mecha part shot out and landed in the center of the room. Yep, I'm definitely in the right place. As I said this, I quickly found out what was gonna make this challenge super hard. Uh-oh.
Welcome to the trial of Athena. Solve the puzzle and win your prize.
The shrine. It's a trial. I began to panic, as arrows shot everywhere, and I knew if I didn't figure out what to do soon, I would be done for. Just then, I looked up and noticed 3 different targets up at the ceiling. I have an idea. I used my abilities and was able to hit one of them. Because of this, the Athena's mecha part began to repair. That's it. I was hurrying to solve the complicated puzzle, and with another shot, I only had 1 more target to hit. I was about to be taken down, but in 1 more blast, I was able to complete the puzzle. The arrows stopped, and Athena's mecha part was repairing. Yes! On days 33 to 35, I went up and picked up the next mecha part. Because of this, I upgraded again. I gained 5 more hearts, and now had Athena's war instincts programmed inside of me. I was now able to dodge any attack that came my way, and was faster than ever. Yes, I did it! I then made my way out of the temple. Haha! 1 step closer to being an unstoppable mech. But my celebration was cut short when I saw the nest from before was being destroyed. Oh no! Death Cerberuses were running throughout and taking down the griffins.
No! Stop! Go!
Yes, we are stronger by the day. All of Olympus is hiding, and there's no one that can stop me. You won't get away with this!
Zeus, he captured the king of gods?
Look around. The only reason you're alive is so you can watch your empire fall.
No! I was about to rush in and stop him, but I knew I wasn't strong enough. I need to get stronger. Hang in there, Zeus. I promise, I'll be back. On days 36 to 39, I made my way back to base, and the gods were all in Olympus. They knew something was wrong.
What is it?
Zeus. He has Zeus.
That is not good, Fozo. Not only is he the strongest of us all, but he's the only one who knows where the 6th mecha piece is.
No, how am I gonna save him? As I said this, I suddenly felt something burn me from below. Yeah! I turned around to see that some of Cerberus's fiery corruption had begun to take over my base. No! Out of instinct, I shot water, which purified it. Whoa, my parts are strong enough to repel this stuff? Good idea. I went out and kept blasting the corruption with all my parts, and was able to force it out of my base. But suddenly, I heard a scream coming from nearby.
Please, no! You already took my father! Leave me alone!
What's going on? I ran out to see that some of Cerberus's men had cornered a small baby minotaur.
You think the boss would like to devour this little guy?
No! Stay back!
The minotaur tried to hit the wolves back with his weapon, but it only made them angry.
That's it! You're coming with us!
They then grabbed the minotaur and started to dig down into the ground. Oh no, get back here! On days 40 to 44, I ran after the wolves as they burrowed down into the tunnel. Hey, stop! Leave them alone! I used my mastery of acrobatics to jump and land in front of them.
Yeah! Wait, the Mecha Hydra?
Ho! Cerberus has plans for you. Get him!
They dropped the minotaur and charged in, but I used my new water part to wash them away in a flash. Haha! I'm a whole lot stronger than when we last fought. Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. But those wolves, they took everything. Even my father. All because he found that stupid Aphrodite part.
Part? Like a robot piece? I need that. Please, you have to show me where it is.
I can try, but I'm warning you, my home is not what it used to be.
The Minotaur led me over to their secluded maze, but when we got there, the place was full of Cerberus's corruption. His powers are spreading.
Tell me about it. Look, over there is the gate to where they keep the mecha piece, but it's all covered in corruption.
Well, don't you worry. Just leave it to me. I walked up to try and clear out some of the corruption, but as I walked forward, the ground began to shake. Are they supposed to do that? From the corruption came out mini lava hounds? They began to shoot out lava spit right at me. On days 45 to 47, while running around the spring, most of the lava hounds were close to the pools of corruption. Let's see what happens if I do this. I blasted the closest pool, cleansing it and killing the hound. Yes, it looks like they rely on this stuff to stay alive. But as I did this, I noticed the other ones got angrier. Oh no! I ran around dodging the barrage of their attacks as I tried to run to the next one. I was able to use my water spray to push them back and cleanse it. All right, just one more to go. But as I made my way to the last pool, I saw that the remaining hounds had started to grow bigger. Seriously? They began to fire much more powerful projectiles now. Wah! I was hit back, but not before firing water to cleanse the last pool. Thank goodness that's over. I then looked towards the gate to see the corruption all around the spring had vanished.
Nice work! Now come on, let's get you that piece!
We walked through the gate and entered a large maze, and across the way stood the large mecha piece. Finally! But before I could run forward, the Minotaur jumped in front of me.
Wait! Something doesn't feel right!
What are you talking about? As I said this, a beam of pure death energy came out of nowhere and struck the ground in front of us. The whole floor became corrupted.
What was that?
I don't know, but we need to get to that piece fast. On days 48 to 52, the Minotaur began to run away as I had to jump between stony platforms to avoid the corruption. I was making my way across, jumping from platform to platform as the fiery corruption started to seep in from the ceiling, right above me. That's not good! I kept jumping as fast as I could as more and more seeped in from behind. But as I made it to the final jump, it's too far. I'm not gonna make it.
Hold on!
The corruption was close, and I had nowhere to go until the Minotaur picked me up and threw me across the gap. That was close. Why didn't you do that earlier?
You're pretty heavy, okay?
Hey! I looked up to see that we had finally made it to the mecha piece. But as I ran towards it, another beam of fiery energy cut me off. Whoa! Floating down above the mecha piece was a massive, corrupted Minotaur.
Dad!
That's your dad?
Yes! Cerberus has shown me his power, and now I will use it to rule my territory in his name!
You can't do this, Dad! This isn't you!
Well, it is now!
The corrupted Minotaur began to fire out more blasts of energy right towards us as I pushed the baby Minotaur out of the way. Okay, listen to me. We have no chance of stopping your dad unless I can get that piece.
But we need to save him!
That's the plan. We dodged out of the way from another beam as I began to fire back at the corrupted Minotaur. My attacks were hitting him hard, but nothing would purify him.
You fool! I am not weak, but a king of death!
The Minotaur's attacks became even crazier as he blasted the whole maze, constantly shooting out his powerful beam. I was still weak from my previous fights, and that hit knocked me down to low hearts. The corrupted Minotaur flew over me and was about to deliver a finishing blow when...
Dad!
He slowly turned towards his son. No, don't!
I know you're in there! Snap out of it!
You don't understand, boy. This feeling, this power, is all I ever wanted. Now, die!
Stop! On days 57 to 59, I had just enough time to run to the mecha piece. I collected it, which caused me to upgrade. I gained 5 more hearts and had new, powerful abilities. Now that's an upgrade. The corrupted Minotaur was still focused on his son though, and was charging up another attack. No! I used my new mastery over Aphrodite's powers, which began to daze the Minotaur.
What? No!
He attacked again, but I pushed the baby Minotaur out of the way. Ha! Gotta be quicker than that.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Fine, I'll deal with you first.
Before he could unleash another attack, I unleashed Aphrodite's power over love, which made him see clearly as he looked over at his son. Because of this, I finally purified his corruption.
What happened? Oh no, what have I done?
It's okay, Dad. I'm alright. I'm just so glad that you're your normal self again.
Me too. Thank you, Mecha Hydra. I'm forever in your debt.
Of course. Now, let's get the two of you out of here. Your home isn't safe anymore. Follow me. On days 60 to 63, I made it safely back to base with the Minotaur family. I made sure to make them a nice cozy home so they could feel safe.
Thank you for everything.
Don't mention it. We gotta stick together.
You.
Yep, only one more to go, and then we can face Cerberus and save Olympus. But as I said this,
Hey, pal!
I looked over, and coming into our base was a flock of phoenixes?
The boss wants a word with you.
The boss? Who are you talking about? One of them flew by and hit me back.
Yeah! Don't make me ask you again.
I cautiously went with the phoenixes as they led me over to a large forest. Whoa.
Yeah, save the sightseeing till later. We're going up there.
We made it to a hill overlooking the town, which brought us to their phoenix leader. On days 64 to 68, I walked up as the flock of phoenixes surrounded the room. What am I doing here?
I've heard of your tales, Mecha Hydra.
Tales? What are you talking about?
The tales of the Mecha Hydra. The one to stand against Cerberus and maybe save Olympus.
No, I will save Olympus.
We have a common enemy then. Come with me.
The phoenix led me deeper into the forest, where burning trees were everywhere.
My flock loved flying through these trees. But with all the fire and destruction Cerberus has caused, we can no longer do that. In a matter of time, our entire home will be gone if you don't do something.
I'm sorry, I want to help, but I don't have time for this.
You listen to me. You do this for us, and I'll show you where Cerberus is keeping Zeus.
Zeus? You know where he is? Okay, fine. I'll do it. I went into the forest and began to shoot water out at all of the trees. However, in a matter of seconds, I ran empty. Oh, come on. I have to refill? But where? On days 69 to 73, I looked for a water source to refill my mecha water tanks. I know Cerberus evaporated most of it, but there's still gotta be some water somewhere. I kept searching until I saw a large pond in the distance. Perfect. I ran towards it when suddenly I was pushed to the side by a large blast of air. Wow! What the? I turned around to see a flock of ducks had hit me.
That's our pond. Stay away.
Look, stop, all right? I just need the water to... Yeah! They hit me with another blast, not letting me. That's it. I ran towards the pond, dodging their air honks left and right. Finally, I was able to make it there and began to fill up my tanks back with the water. The ducks weren't giving up though and closed in again. I didn't want to hurt them, so I sprayed them with some of the water, pushing them back. Back off! I'm trying to put the forest fires out over here.
Oh, that's why you needed our pond? He thought you wanted our egg.
No. Maybe you should have let me explain what I was doing.
Yeah, we should have listened first. Sorry about that. We'll make it up to you.
On days 74 to 77, the geese helped me put out the rest of the fires. There, your forest is back to normal. Now, where can I find Zeus?
Cerberus has taken him to the underworld, which is now his domain. You can use this portal to get there, but beware. It is a dimension of fire and horror. Few who go there ever return.
Don't worry, I can do this. I entered the portal and found myself in the fiery domain of Cerberus's home. I made my way into the burning world and saw Cerberus's home in the distance. Between the castle and me was a parkour path with platforms rising from the lava. I began to jump between the platforms and was almost halfway across when I was hit by a blast of lava. Ah! I looked over to see a group of lava gremlins rising up. Hey, what was that for?
You didn't pay the toll! Die!
There's a toll? The gremlins flew in and began to spit stinging shots of lava at me, threatening to push me into the deadly pit below. I ran along the platforms and almost outran them, but suddenly there were no more platforms. Oh no, what do I do? The gremlins were gaining on me, forcing me to think quickly. That's it. I sprayed my bubble blast at the lava, causing it in front of me to turn into obsidian. Yes! I walked to safety and turned to confront the gremlins, but they all stopped and looked at the obsidian.
Wow! This guy fixed our path! This will cover your toll!
Thanks. I carefully made my way into Cerberus's home. There, I saw Cerberus in his chamber, and in front of him was none other than Zeus in a cage. No! On days 78 to 80, I watched as Zeus's cage was draining his energy, leaving him weak and powerless. No wonder he can't escape. I have to save him, but how do I get him to leave?
I can smell you from here, you rusted pile of metal. Did you come here to save your precious creator?
I did. Now hand him over.
Bozo, get out of here! You aren't strong enough yet! Gah!
Why would I free a tyrant such as Zeus? He sees us as nothing more than prized pet and pawns at his disposal. You're no different, little tin Hydra. Join me, and together we can replace the gods.
No, it's not right. Innocent people shouldn't have to die. What you're doing is wrong. You're the tyrant.
So be it. Zeus can then watch me melt you into scrap.
He charged in with terrifying speed and knocked me against the wall. Yeah!
No, my boy! Leave him alone!
Cerberus charged up a final blow, but I released a blast at Zeus's cage, freeing him and distracting Cerberus.
No!
With the cage no longer draining his power, Zeus summoned a lightning bolt, teleporting us out of his domain. On days 81 to 85, Zeus teleported us to safety.
Thank you for saving me, my boy!
Of course, but how am I supposed to stop the fall of Olympus? He almost killed me.
You're almost ready, Fozo. I have hidden away the last mecha piece, but with it, you will have the strength to stop Cerberus once and for all. And you won't be alone in this fight.
Zeus led me over to a large stairway to a cloud high above. Lightning was striking all around, shaking the air.
Up there lies the last mecha piece. With it, you will be able to channel my power. I'm so proud of you for making it this far. Go, get the final piece.
Thank you for believing in me. With that, I made my way up the staircase, masterfully dodging the strikes of lightning with my swift mecha legs. Before long, I made it to the place above the clouds, and there in front of me was the final piece. Yes! I grabbed it and hooked it onto my mecha body, which upgraded me one last time. I grew even larger, gained 5 more hearts, and now could channel the power of pure lightning. I am ready! On days 86 to 90, I made my way back down the staircase, ready to face the battle ahead. But just then, a fiery lightning bolt struck me from behind. Yeah! What was that? The ground started to shake as a dark lava beam blasted out and turned the sky into a fiery red. I made my way towards where the beam shot out, only to find centered in a destroyed ruin was the wolf army and Cerberus.
Yes, I can feel it. All the divine energy of the gods I've consumed. Leave me with enough power to finally overthrow any deity that gets in my way. And after we've gotten rid of the remaining pests, I will become the ultimate god.
Sir, we've located the remaining gods and the Mecha Hydra. They're located not too far from our location.
Excellent. March!
He and his army marched off, spreading even more lava corruption everywhere they went. No, they're going back to the base. I need to stop them. I ran in to try and take them down, when suddenly Zeus teleported right in front of me.
Fozo, I understand your anger, but even with your power, going at them alone is not the way.
You're right, but we need to get back to warn them, now. With that, Zeus waved, and in a flash, we were teleported back to the base. On days 91 to 94, Zeus and I teleported back to the center of home, where all my friends were there waiting for me.
Understand your anger.
No, it isn't. Everyone gather around. I need to tell you something. Everyone began to stand in front of me as I told them everything about Cerberus' plan and his final move.
Him and his army are coming here right now?
He's too powerful at this point. Can we even do this?
Yes, we can. Cerberus thinks just because he's attained the power of the gods, he can rule over people like one. But that's not true. The power of the gods should be used to protect the world and its people. If he uses his power to seize and destroy, then he doesn't deserve it at all. So, we need to stop him. My friends slowly started to come around, and all began to cheer.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take orders from a smelly mutt.
We're all with you, my boy. Now, what is the plan?
But just before I could say anything, a large deadly howl sounded off into the distance. It's them. Everyone, follow me. On days 95 to 99, my friends and I made our way towards a now destroyed ancient ruin, ready to face off against Cerberus. He was spreading chaos throughout, destroying the temples and homes. Alright everyone, follow my lead. As we marched onwards, Cerberus took notice of me.
The Mecha Hydra and his pests, saving me the trouble of finding you. Have you finally come to surrender?
Actually, I'm here to make sure nobody does. Now everyone, charge! With a powerful roar, my friends rushed in ahead of me and began layering down attacks against the wolves.
Why not? Men, take them out!
With the power from their leaders, the wolves began to attack way more aggressively and took some of us out.
God, no!
I stormed in and took them out with a powerful Mecha Water Blast.
No, wait! I'm sorry! Ah!
Whoa, thanks, Fozo!
Wait, look out!
With our combined teamwork and my upgraded abilities, my friends and I began taking out the wolves with ease.
As we were taking out his army, the lava corruption they were spreading was starting to disappear. Yes, we're doing it!
What? You mutts are worthless!
Cerberus charged at me at full speed, only to get struck by Zeus.
Didn't see that coming, all-powerful god!
Zeus!
He started building up an immense amount of dark energy and was going to launch it straight at Zeus. No! I then used Athena's war instincts and flew right into him, biting him and keeping him at bay.
Get off me, you freak!
Now! Zeus channeled all of his energy and shot it right at Cerberus and I, teleporting us. On day 100, we were teleported onto a stone platform, high above beyond the heavens.
What is this? What are we?
I figured if you couldn't control your temper, you'd be distracted long enough for me to take you here. Now, this is your last chance. Stop what you're doing, or I'll have to finish you once and for all.
I have another plan, Hydra. My first decree as ruler is to devour you!
The giant dog charged at me and began spewing an onslaught of lava, corruption everywhere. Yeah! The burns stung really bad, but with my new upgraded abilities, I began dodging his blasts at lightning speed. Before he could hit me, I dashed and attacked from behind.
You use your power for cheap games? Let me show you real power!
He charged up an attack, and before I could land a hit on him, he blasted me towards the edge of the platform, taking me down to low hearts. No! The Death Cerberus began to approach me, but then he stopped.
Think about what you can become, Hydra. What we can become. An entire universe at our grasp. No rules, no suffering. We can rule everything.
No suffering? Your whole existence is to cause suffering. His words infuriated me, reminding me more and more of everything I've been fighting for. My mecha body began to charge up, as all of the strength of the gods began to flow right into me.
No, stop. Stop doing that!
With all of my energy, I sent out one final blast that began to burn his skin.
No!
I'll never join you, and you will never rule this world. Cerberus was taken down for good, and with him and all of the corruption finally gone, Olympus could finally live in peace again.